yourself at all times. I want you to listen to my instructions at all times. I want you to fight hard but fight clean. If you want to touch gloves, touch them now. Good, step back, good luck.
Here we go. The wait is over. Jon Jones is back for the first time since April of 2016. To take on one of his chief rivals, if not his chief rival, the reigning champ, Daniel Cormier. Tonight's Fight Clock is brought to you by HSS, the world leader in orthopedics. Jon Jones in white getting off early here. Cormier in the black with gold.
Cormier checking the kicks very well right off the bat. See if he catches it, can create wrestling from the catching those kicks at all.
Oh, big. Looked like he knocked the mouthpiece out.
He did.
Huge
Big
uppercut.
John picked it up. Spinning back kick to the body by John. Jones is fighting without a mouthpiece right now. Big John looks for an opportunity to give it back to him. Takedown from Jon Jones.
Not quite, no
right
control.
back up to his feet.
There's no control from that takedown. Cormier was able to flip him right up. They'll still probably call it a takedown though, the judges anyways.
Nice left hand over the top.
Southpaw stance from Jones. Watch the left high kick coming. See, Jones is eating the inside kick coming over the top of the Superman punch.
Small cut underneath the left eye of Daniel Cormier. You can't help but notice the obvious size discrepancy.
Jones just so long, he reaches so far. Inspector Gadget arms and legs.
Well, he's a guy who will have length over most heavyweights if indeed he chooses to move up one day.
Cormier needs to keep the pressure, stay in the chin of Jones so he can't use his length so well. See the pressure from DC like he should be. The feints are going to do huge dividends, pay huge dividends for Jones if he keeps those fakes going on DC.
John loves those oblique kicks to the thighs that hyperextend your knees.
Jones shucks Cormier off there. DC 13-0 as a heavyweight before moving down to 205 pounds. He's never been finished in mixed martial arts.
Remember this, the height of Jones makes underhooks from DC not as effective. He has to jack Jon Jones up in order for an underhook to work.
Nice,
and he's not able to.
there.
And those are the knees we saw Jones land on DC early to take the rounds 4 and 5 out of DC's gas tank. Let's see if he can do it again.
DC felt like the Jon Jones that fought Ovince St. Preux looked rusty, he looked nervous, he looked hesitant to pull the trigger, and he's hoping that that Jon Jones is who he's facing here tonight.
Some have suggested, Dan Hardy included, that maybe Jon Jones didn't want to reveal too much. Daniel Cormier was sitting in these seats doing commentary for that fight.
Oh, I doubt that. Yeah. He would love to look spectacular. That doesn't make any sense at all. And it's not taking anything away from Ovince St. Preux, who's an excellent fighter. He's a difficult guy, and he's a guy that Jon took on short notice, so it wasn't a fighter that he was preparing for.
Right.
Big thing I noticed, look how calm DC is right now. He knows the strikes are coming, but he's seeing what's coming at him. So he's making reads right now, calm.
He's very different than the first time they fought. Not emotional, methodical.
Yep.
You see it in his eyes.
Yes.
He's right here.
Yep.
He's getting clipped every here and there, just like every other fight, though. I mean, both these guys are getting hit.
Nobody takes the shots better than DC.
Oh, no doubt about it.
The only guy that's been able to absorb the bombs from Rumble.
And heavyweights prior to Rumble
Yes.
Johnson.
Very good point.
Less than 2 minutes here to go, round one. So you've got to say, pretty good start here for Cormier, the betting underdog here tonight.
We'll see for Jones. He grabs your hands, then comes over with an elbow. His elbows are like a right hand or a jab.
Yeah, he used that very well against Rashad.
But then when he gets you to start grabbing his hands, that's when he comes down the middle with punches. So he just mixes it up so well.
That was an outstanding leg kick by Cormier, and Jon just checked the second one.
Nice.
All right, guys, the wait was finally over. After more than a year away from competition, Jon Jones stepped back into the octagon to face the one man who would become his greatest rival, reigning champion Daniel Cormier. The atmosphere was electric as both fighters received final instructions from the referee before touching gloves. From the opening seconds, Jones immediately went on the attack, throwing kicks and using his enormous reach to keep Cormier guessing. It was clear this wasn't just another title fight. This was a grudge match years in the making. Early in the first round, Jones landed a spinning back kick that knocked Cormier's mouthpiece loose. creating a chaotic moment as the action continued without a pause. Jones then scored a brief takedown attempt, but Cormier quickly scrambled back to his feet, showing the wrestling skill that had made him a champion. As the exchanges continued, Jones switched stances and attacked from different angles, while Cormier responded with sharp punches and leg kicks. The size difference between them was impossible to ignore, with Jones looking noticeably longer and taller. Cormier knew he couldn't allow Jones to fight comfortably at range. He pressed forward aggressively, ripping shots of body and forcing Jones into close quarters where his reach advantage became less effective. Jones answered with knees, oblique kicks, and elbows, trying to wear Cormier down over time, despite Jones landing more volume. Cormier looked far calmer than he had in their first meeting. He absorbed the attacks, made reads, and slowly began finding openings with uppercuts and hooks that reminded everyone why he was one of the toughest fighters in the sport.
Oh, he caught him with a left hook.
I like that DC's going to the body of Jones. I think that's the best plan you can have. Rip the body of Jones and go to the head later on in the rounds.
DC looks so much more composed in this fight. So much more relaxed. And you got to think, this is a guy who's fought Rumble twice and Gustafsson since their fight. 5 hard rounds with Gustafsson. And we saw how fantastic Gustafsson looked against Glover Teixeira in his last fight.
Agreed. And DC's seeing everything is what I'm
Oh,
noticing.
he caught him.
Big punches landed by DC. And he's hanging on the head of Jones, looking for uppercuts, knees. There they are. There's the uppercut he likes.
Less than 30 seconds here to go in the round. Jones touching deep.
Right hand over the top.
DC, combination, starting with a kick, ending with a kick, finish mixing punches in between. I mean, it's a different Daniel Cormier right now with his combinations in this first round.
And he's talking trash.
He is talking now.
He's feeling it.
Well, Jones outlanded Cormier.
And we see here that Jones is throwing big overhand lefts. He's switching stance. DC gets a nasty right uppercut, punches the mouthpiece right out of Jon Jones. And this is what we saw in the first fight was these uppercuts. This is where DC is so good. He gets you to bite on his shots, and then he hits you with the uppercuts. Here, a nice trip from Jones. No control on the takedown, but a good trip. Beautiful knee to the ribs of DC, and then a left hook, right overhand, left hook.
Round 2 forthcoming. Jones is in white. Daniel Cormier in the black trunks with gold trim.
Nice left hook to the body, partially blocked. Nice knee to the body by Jon.
Jones finds a home for that right hand over the top.
DC's landed several of those right leg kicks. There's another one. And Jon switching stances, perhaps because of it.
Cormier closes the distance, rips the body, doing a pretty good job getting inside of that reach of Jon Jones.
We saw the momentum towards the end of the first round go towards Daniel Cormier.
I think DC said there was a headbutt possibly. I think that's what I heard. Yeah, it was a headbutt. It was a headbutt when DC went to scoop up that lead leg of Jones. They clashed heads.
Right there, clear.
And Jones is so long, his legs just catch him up and hold him up. I mean, that's a takedown on almost anybody else by Cormier, but Jones with his balance and his length.
All right, we resume the second round here, 1 minute in. Jones choosing to work the body here. He's done so to great effect in the early going.
He's so effective with that stomp to the thigh. And it's such a tricky technique. Beautiful left hook and a right hand over the top by DC.
And now we're seeing DC use the same strategy Jones uses. He grabs the hands and then starts throwing combinations once he gets Jones to reach.
Couple nice inside leg kicks there for Johnny Bones. Now DC returns fire.
That one he caught, though, on the shin.
It's the pressure of DC that's going to make the biggest difference. Can he keep this type of pace and this type of pressure for all 5 rounds? We saw him do it for 3 last time.
But you got to think that there's a lot going on in that first fight as well with emotions.
Cormier shakes off the groin strike there. Under 3 minutes here to go in the round.
Those teep kicks to the knees of Cormier just really disrupt the punch count of DC. It keeps the pressure from happening, keeps DC from being able to keep his feet underneath them when he throws punches.
As the first round entered its final minutes, Daniel Cormier looked more confident with every exchange. He punished Jones with heavy leg kicks, dug powerful hooks into the body, and even started talking to his rival between combinations. Jones still landed clean strikes from distance, but Cormier refused to back away, answering almost every attack with combinations of his own. By the end of the round, many observers felt the champion had made a statement. He looked composed, patient, and far more prepared than he'd been during their first championship encounter. Round 2 began with Jones returning to his trademark strategy of attacking the body. He mixed knees, oblique kicks, and straight punches while constantly changing stances to keep Cormier uncomfortable. But the champion continued marching forward, slipping inside Jones' reach and firing hard shots to the ribs before finishing with crisp uppercuts. At one point, the fighters accidentally clashed heads during a takedown attempt, briefly interrupting the rhythm. Once the action resumed, Cormier immediately went back to applying relentless pressure, refusing to let Jones dictate the pace. The battle became increasingly tactical as both champions adjusted on the fly. Jones continued scoring with body attacks and long-range kicks, while Cormier answered with sharp combinations and confident clinch work. Even when Jones landed clean strikes, Cormier smiled, gestured that the punches had missed, and kept moving forward without hesitation. His confidence was growing, but Jones remained remarkably patient, never abandoning his game plan. Behind the scenes, every kick to the legs and body was quietly adding up, setting the stage for a dramatic shift that neither the crowd nor Cormier fully recognized yet.
Nice rip to the body by Jon.
DC starting to chase Jon a little bit more instead of head him up. There we go. Now we see him head him off. That's what DC's got to do, is not get caught up chasing Jones, following him, but head him off. Another big right hand,
shot.
Double left hook right hand by DC.
Looked like it landed right behind the ear. Now Jones.
DC saying you're missing.
Oh, beautiful 2 shots. Left hook and a right uppercut.
Big uppercuts. Now DC's getting him coming in. Breaking his posture. Got Jones grabbing for a clinch and he's hitting him.
Jones with a high kick.
DC just oozing confidence here.
This is absolutely a different Daniel Cormier than their first fight.
Fighting Gustafsson helped him a ton. You've got to believe that. A longer, lankier striker. And that's paid dividends in this matchup with Jones as well. He's had experience while Jones was out, and he's made the best of it.
Beautiful trip by Daniel, but he wound up on the bottom. Nice knee to the body.
I mean, that trip was beautiful, and the recovery from Jones was beautiful. I mean, these guys are just...
I mean, these are easily the 2 best light heavyweights of all time.
In wrestling, they move like 125ers. I mean, they just have the right movements. They know where everything's at.
Body strikes. Jones doubling up on Daniel Cormier thus far. 1 minute now to go in round 2.
And the biggest difference is look how comfortable DC is underhooking, clinching with Jones. Nobody feels that comfortable, but DC with his Greco background, he's comfortable. He's smiling in the clinch with Jones. He loves it. That's where he wants to be.
DC has been hyper-focused on this rematch since the first meeting 2.5 years ago. Took care of his business while Jon Jones was not competing. Nice 1-2 there from Cormier. So DC continues to be the advancing party here late in round 2. Jones has outlanded him statistically thus far, but it's a good look for the judges when you're advancing, forcing the action.
Oh!
first meeting also very competitive through 3 rounds.
There's a beautiful knee to the body by Jon. Cormier glancing right hand over the top and a left hook. Another right hand. That's a nice left to the body by Jon. And there's that stomp, but there's a beautiful uppercut by Cormier. And there's that trip.
All right, here we go. 3rd round of a possible 5 for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones.
Now, if you're looking at the statistics and the numbers and Jon is outlandy, you got to wonder, how does Cormier's corner feel about this? And what is their advice to Daniel?
Right now, we got Jones landing more because he's longer. He's able to touch DC first, and those kicks. DC's not throwing as many kicks as Jones. Those kicks are adding up on the tolls for Jones on the numbers.
It's also the volume of strikes that Jon's throwing. He's never stopping.
Yep. Well, the kicks set up the punches set up the kicks. It all flows together. DC's got to pressure, walk through the damage in order to get to a clinch or hit more in the clinch, in the pocket. The range is always going to be an issue to get by. Nice, beautiful uppercut left hook. That's been his best combination anytime he commits to the pocket with Jones.
Pull. Cormier continues to press forward here. Jones keeping those eyes low.
As the 2nd round entered its closing minutes, the pace remained relentless. Cormier continued forcing the action, landing crisp uppercuts and short hooks whenever he managed to close the distance. Jones answered with punishing knees, body punches, and low kicks that slowly chipped away at the champion's movement. Although the statistics favored Jones and total strikes landed, Cormier's forward pressure kept the contest extremely competitive. Neither fighter showed signs of backing down, and every exchange carried the feeling that one perfectly timed shot could completely change the fight. The 3rd round opened with both corners knowing the championship was still within reach. Jones maintained a steady output, using kicks to control distance while mixing punches behind them. Cormier continued searching for opportunities inside the pocket, where his uppercuts had been most successful throughout the fight. The challenger remained disciplined, refusing to chase recklessly, while the champion kept pressing forward despite absorbing more damage. Every minute that passed became a battle between Jones' calculated precision and Cormier's relentless determination to overwhelm him with pressure. Then everything changed in an instant. After spending nearly 3 rounds attacking the legs and body, Jones suddenly switched levels with perfect timing. He exploded with a devastating head kick that caught Cormier completely off guard. The champion staggered backward, visibly hurt for the first time all night. Jones immediately recognized the opening and charged forward without hesitation, unleashing a furious barrage of punches that forced Cormier into full survival mode. Within seconds, one of the greatest championship fights in UFC history had turned into complete chaos.
Those eyes low.
Cormier's taking a lot off of his strikes here, just looking for his range.
Well, and you wonder how much he thinks about that first meeting, if at all, in terms of the cardio, specifically in that 4th round, one he had to sort of take off. Mike Winklejohn, Izzy Martinez, Brandon Gibson.
DC can't quite head him off. You see Jones get out there. DC wants to head him off, but Jones knows that, gets off the fence wisely.
Head strike, slight advantage for Daniel Cormier thus far.
And really, Jones just being highly economical, going to the body on DC with the knees, with the low kicks, and with the body punches. It just makes it, it's taxing. It adds up.
Cormier once again sends Jones retreating.
He's just having a hard time reaching Jon. Oh, Jon landed a high kick. He's hurt.
DC was stunned by that head kick. Jones trying to press the issue here. Cormier is down. Not out yet.
Cormier's in big, big trouble, and Jon is all over him.
Here comes Johnny Bones with the ground and pound. Cormier.
That could be it.
Trying to survive.
That's it. He's out. He's out.
Jon Jones has done it. Jon Jones is back, and he is the new UFC light heavyweight champion. How about it?
Wow. And there's the head kick, which started it all off. Perfect placement. DC's in big trouble. Jon moves in and closes the show.
And that's just those teep kicks and the low kicks adding up. DC thought it was low, and he went high with it.
He tripped him there. Jon moves in for the kill. Kick to the body. And drops some horrible elbows on him. And DC's just way too hurt here to do anything about it. And he's eating some big bombs. Big Jon gives him every chance in the world. That's a wrap.
So Jon Jones becomes the first man to finish Daniel Cormier. The celebration is on. In the corner, big win for Jackson Wink MMA tonight. Jon Jones once again sits atop this UFC light heavyweight division. And a pretty calculated approach tonight, Dominic. He bided his time, and when a window opened, he barged right through it.
That was the approach of a pound-for-pound best.
Yeah.
That's what that approach was. And Jon Jones fought a smart fight, did everything tactically. Greg Jackson gave him great advice. Stay consistent, consistent, consistent. And over the course, it will add up, and that's what caused the demise of the fight.
Not sure what Cormier's issue is right now.
I think DC just wants to shake his hand. I think he's kind of out of it right now. I think he wants to just say something to Jones. I don't think he's trying to cause a problem right now. They're just trying to keep everything cool in there.
Dana White wisely gets in the middle there. Cormier frustrated with something. All right, with that, the official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Big John McCarthy has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 1 second of the third round, declaring the winner by knockout. And now, and again, the new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Bones Jones.
With Cormier badly stunned, Jon Jones wasted no time finishing the job. He swarmed the champion with relentless punches before driving him to the canvas, where brutal ground and pound followed immediately. Cormier tried to defend himself, but every second made it more obvious that he could no longer recover. Jones stayed composed, picking his shots instead of rushing wildly, while the referee watched closely. After giving the champion every reasonable chance to respond, the official finally stepped in and waved off the contest. The arena erupted as Jon Jones reclaimed the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship in spectacular fashion. The stunning head kick had completely changed the fight after nearly 3 competitive rounds. Analysts quickly pointed out that Jones had spent the entire contest investing in attacks to Cormier's legs and body before suddenly targeting the head when the opening appeared. It was a calculated strategy executed to perfection. More importantly, Jones had become the first fighter ever to finish Daniel Cormier inside the octagon, ending an incredible streak of resilience.